to it, another wacky video where I claim the VHS is better than a Blu-ray. So, let's see the facts. So this is the VHS we'll be using, the 4-front video Evil Dead 2 release from the trilogy box set. You'll have to excuse the awful picture on the front. It doesn't have the great Graham Humphreys one that I used in the poster in the background. But this video is about So we'll just go through and look at some various scenes and see what the VHS looks like compared to the Blu-ray, with the VHS being on the top and the Blu-ray being at the bottom, but that might be blatantly obvious. So we'll start with a night shot with some lightning. So I think the VHS holds up quite well there, but one thing you will notice is the open matte of the VHS compared to the Blu-ray. And the VHS having a naturally darker look compared to the over-brightened Blu-ray. Although the black surrounding the moon looks quite good in the Blu-ray. Now let's see the POV of the Evil Dead. So if that shot is supposed to be at night time, the Blu-ray makes it look like it's daytime. But it probably was shot as a day for night anyway. And the VHS has a different colouring to the Blu-ray, sort of yellow tinge. So let's have a look at the resurrection scene. So just like the other videos I've done on this, the Blu-ray is a lot brighter, showing off more things, which is nice, but it's the shadows and the darkness and shading that brings it a bit more scarier on the VHS. As the majority of this film was supposed to be at night. And now for the mirror scene.
Think so.
Despite the numerous times I've seen this film, that jump scare gets me every time. So the VHS lighting is a bit more natural. It's nice to see the set lit up, but then again, it makes it look more like a set. So let's see how the gore holds up in this VHS version. To me, the brighter the blood, the faker it looks, so that's why I'm going with the VHS on this one. So let's have a look at gallons of blood. I stand by my previous comment where darker blood is more realistic, as it seems the more there is, the pinker it is on the Blu-ray. So let's have a look to see what it's like when the blood is green. So far, the VHS has won me over on all these scenes, especially no matter what colour the bodily fluids are. But what about a scene with a lot of action in? Let's take a look. As usual, I prefer the VHS, for it actually looks like it's happening at night, but seeing more detail and definition is always good. So on to the next bloody scene. Definitely looks more faker in the Blu-ray, despite the amount of it. But it does look very watery either way. But it is bloody funny. Now for the most iconic scene in the film. So the Blu-ray's got the colour, but the VHS has the darkness. Plus the VHS seems to have more details in his face than the Blu-ray. But the Blu-ray does get points for showing Freddy's glove in the background. Can't deny that one. So let's check back to see what's happening with poor Henrietta.
Let's go.
Ted Raimi's such a good sport for dressing up like that and being beaten around, but the over brightness does make it look like a set. So let's have a look at some large models and some stop motion all in one scene. Due to so much lighting, there is not much difference between both versions. But there is more colour in the Blu-ray version, I'll give it that. And now to a daylight scene. So apart from a little bit of colouring difference, there's not much between them, with the VHS being slightly darker and having a lot of grain. So let's have a look at the final scene to see what we think.
Hail he who has come from the skies to deliver us from the terrors of the Deadites! Hail! 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 No! Hail! No! No!
So there we go, Sam Raimi's cameo, and I still think all the clips I've shown, the VHS is more preferable to me. I prefer the colouring and the darkness that gives you all the shadows and stuff that makes a film spooky. There were a few nighttime scenes that I didn't show that are very dark indeed on the VHS, but that goes along with the territory. So let me know in the comments what you think, and here endeth the lesson.